Anyways, today we're talking about this truss rod, and what I'm going to show you is how I am going to laminate this piece of composite mother of pearl on top of it. Hopefully it goes well. There's a gap in between. There's my finger. Wow. There's a gap right there. And I may compensate that with this, add a little bit of material. I don't really want to move the screw holes. If you remember, you might remember from my previous video, I used to have this Gibson style one on here. Never liked it. Thought about cutting this one down. I don't think that's what I want to do, though. I think I just want to laminate a piece of that on there for the experience points. For the first step in this process, the first thing we're going to do is give this original truss rod some tooth, so the glue has something to adhere to with the material that I'm going to cover it with. So it looks like I'm going to have to use it with the grain of it going this way, because it's just not quite wide enough, and I want to put a little bit of an extra lip on here. So basically I'll make this a little bit bigger, and then I'll put an extra piece of plastic right there. This is 100 grit sandpaper thumbtacked to a board that's so thin that I thumbtacked it to this cigar box too, which makes a great, whatever you call this kind of sanding block. I'm sure there's a name for it. There's a name for everything, right? Ain't quite where I want it. I want all the gloss away. I don't want any of that. That's looking better. Next thing to do, after I do this, I'm going to have to go get the naphtha. I'm going to go ahead and cross hatch it a little bit, just because, I don't know. Just because I can. I think cross hatching makes it better. So let me flip this over. Give me 1 sec. I'm going to use a little microfiber cloth. I had this nice one that I used for my glasses, so I didn't like that one. I didn't want to use that one for this. So naphtha is just slider fluid if you're new to this. We all like using the fancy words so we can feel fancy. Now, after you clean this, try not to touch it. Right? You don't want your oils on here. You want this to be a nice permanent bond. So, to move things along, I just touched it. See, I just touched it. It's a hard discipline, right? I'm going to bring this over here. Let's see which side I like better. They're both about the same. So I would call this composite mother of pearl. This is the kind of mother of pearl you might use for your headstock logo. So just to give you some perspective, this little sheet costs $20, and this sheet costs $20. That's the difference between prices on faux and real. I have other mother of pearl I'll eventually show you. I was thinking about using Star Bond for the first time. This is a common inlay glue, but I don't think I need to waste my fancy glue on that. I think crazy glue is going to be fine for this application. Let me get a little bit comfortable, and we're going to glue this. So it'll take a little bit longer for the glue to set up. if you can, always store your super glue straight up and down. It'll help your nozzle. Your nozzle will thank you. So, I didn't really spend much time picking out, you know, a choice spot on the mother of pearl. So, what we're going to do is I'm going to find some heavy stuff to put on here, and I'm going to stop the video and walk away for probably like a half hour. Don't take that long to set, but I just want it to be set, if you get what I mean. Okay, it's probably been about 15 minutes. So here it is, bonded to it. It's looking pretty good. I don't feel any like soft spots in it or nothing. Very delicate material. If you choose to buy some of this, you could see how thin it is. So I've never done this before. I just know it'll work. So we have another. So I brought my machinist ruler out as a straight edge. I think I'm going to go ahead and come straight across here. That way I have a nice square piece for later. I'm not too worried about making this square at this moment because I want to get this done for you guys. So here we go. We're going to score it. Yeah, I guess I should have mentioned this is sort of experimental and sort of not. Let's see. This should... There we go. Just as I predicted. Now, I'm going to do something that may be unorthodox. And I'm going to cut it like this. There we go. That's working good. I don't know if it's unorthodox or not. Don't care. I think too much. Oh, shit. That wasn't good. Anyways. Let me put this away. Shh. Nobody's seen that. Anyways. Come here. I'm using a lot of pressure on my ruler here. This time, I'm going to take some more passes. I see other YouTubers that do stuff like this so quickly. Like as far as doing their slices, and they're so confident in it. Okay. I'll put this one back away too. Didn't see nothing. Anyways, so now we have this. This is the back side. I mean, I guess you could use it as front side if you wanted to negate everything you just did, but here's where we're looking at. Alright, I guess the approach I'm going to use now is I'm going to put on my jeweler's visor, which should be right here, but again, it's across the room. Let me go grab that. Ooh, I did not like how that chipped out. I was pressing a bit too hard on that for this material. This is hell on the blade, by the way. Obviously, you're cutting shell. I'm using a Dollar Tree blade for the first time. I never used these blades before. It's been a pack I've been sitting on. Not literally, of course. That'd be painful. And this I'm going to be more delicate with. Huh. That might be alright. Let me see if the camera's still going. Good, good. Okay, I'm happy with it. I'm gonna find a piece of plastic to go on the edge of this. So the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the edges with a file. Let me know if you guys, any of you guys, bought this cheap nut file set and was as disappointed with it as I am. Or let me know if you were able to use this to make some good nuts. For your guitar, of course. So I'm going to use this file, and I'm going to use this flat one. I think that's alright for now. Let's get started. Now this is where you can get into some problems. I'm going to use the round one first. The good thing about this stuff is it's not going to float in the air very easily. So keep your distance from it. And you should use a mask. I ain't going to even lie. Now I'm staying away from this edge a little bit. And no, I didn't find the piece of plastic I was going to use yet. I might do something else. I have another idea that might work too. So I'm pushing towards the inlay. If I push this way, I risk lifting it and cracking it. So if you're going to try this process, push your file that way and wear a mask. The side to be uniform. I don't want this little discoloration part right here, so I want to blend it all in, is what I'm saying. Make it congruent. Maybe that's a good word for that. That's what I got the flat one for. Now once you touch the plastic, you take it easy on the edge if you want to retain the edge that's there. It was getting long, so I had to do something off camera. I went ahead and cut off that lingering piece. I decided that I'm just going to relocate the holes, and I was planning on doing a video on filling holes on a headstock in a future video anyways. So the next thing we're going to do, after I explain the procedure I just did, is I'm going to go ahead and drill holes in here. So basically, one thing that you need to know that I didn't put in the other segment was you need to chamfer the edges because they'll have a raised edge on it. Right, so the next step is I'll flip my box back over. Now since this material is so thin, I found a drill bit that fits in the hole backwards perfectly. So what we're going to do is we're going to sit here and we're going to drill this out. I'm going to do this off camera, and while I'm off camera I'm also going to grab a Sharpie and show you that part too. So here's where we're at, and that's what it looks like. So anyways, thanks for watching. If you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing. Do all the other YouTube-y things, thumbs up, yada yada. Y'all have a great day. This video's gone long enough.